Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Alright, so the question continues, and this question is likely to continue all the way to the convention, the Democrat Party convention that is. Will Joe Biden stay in the race? Of course, there's massive speculation he's going to be replaced, but I'm really not so sure that that's the case. And mostly the conversation's been focused on the logistics of it all, whether it's even possible or feasible, or whether it's the right strategic play. Do the Democrats even have a replacement? But honestly, I don't even think those are the major factors. At the end of the day, the decision to step down has to come from the tippy top, and let me just tell you, I don't think the Bidens are going anywhere, and it's becoming increasingly clear why that is. The message that Jill Biden and the Biden family are sending to the world is that the elder abuse must continue. I think we're finally learning who the real president is, and I don't think it's Barack Obama. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so we all remember this clip, right?
What you know now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. Wow. I'd be fine with that.
That Barack Obama is running the show behind the scenes. But after everything I've learned this week, I don't think that's the case at all. I think Barack Obama wishes he was currently in control of the situation, but according to the current reports, he isn't. Supposedly, behind the scenes, Barack Obama is trying to pressure Joe Biden to step down. But the Biden collective is refusing, and so we finally figured out who's actually running the show. It's not Barack Obama who's the shadow president, it's this frickin' person. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but that's the president of the United States. You know, we've seen all the Jill Biden memes over the years, stuff like this.
Hey, I didn't hear no bell. All right, that's right. Lift the jab. That's it, mental right. See that bum in front of you. You see yourself doing right, and you do right. That Apollo won't know what hit him. You're gonna roll over him like a bulldozer. An Italian.
All the memes, all the jokes, everything that was done and said in jest, all the parody, laughing at the current state of the world, I guess was less parody and more reality. You know, all the jokes and all the criticism of the Biden family engaging in elder abuse, continuously pushing Joe Biden out on that stage to embarrass himself over and over again, well, that's exactly what's happening. It's not a joke, it's not a meme, that's it. It seems as though these days Joe Biden can't go anywhere without Jill Biden. It also seems Joe Biden can't even campaign. He's letting his wife do it for him. He just stands off to the side as his family continues to campaign.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Lied! Yes.
They were all sitting on a bluff, and John Wayne was sitting with two Indian, they were Apaches, and one of them looked at John Wayne and said, these guys are nothing but...
President Trump walking off the stage. The first debate of the 2024 campaign and the earliest presidential debate ever now in the books and in front of the voters. Tonight, along with Aaron Burnett, the first word on what those voters might make of it from our political professionals, from our CNN Flash poll and swing state focus group. We'll be talking to surrogates, including Vice President Harris, getting fact checks from our Daniel Dale, and new reporting from inside both campaigns. With me here, CNN political commentator Scott Jen.
The Biden family is forcing this upon you. And now amongst all the criticism and all the calls for Joe to step down, well, the Biden family has declared that the elder abuse must continue. Biden's family privately criticizes top advisors and pushes for their ouster at Camp David meeting. Members of Joe Biden's family privately trashed his top campaign advisors at Camp David this weekend, blaming them for the president's flop in Thursday's debate and urging Biden to fire or demote people in his political high command. Among the family's complaints about the debate practice, that Biden was not prepared to pivot more to go on the attack, that he was bogged down too much on defending his record rather than outlining a vision for a second term, and that he was overworked and not well rested. Biden allies and staffers have sought to blame a variety of factors in the aftermath of Biden's dismal debate performance, including that the president was ill, was overprepared, and that CNN moderators failed to fact check former President Donald Trump, but as the crisis continued into a third day, the finger pointing has turned inward towards some of Biden's closest advisors. In other words, TLDR, the Biden family is throwing a frickin' tantrum. Don't believe your lying eyes, they're taking the quote directly out of 1984. Joe Biden is fine, and actually, everybody else is the problem. It's not Joe, it's Joe Biden's top political advisors. You know, the people who are most loyal to him and have worked tirelessly, side by side and behind him, working to protect and uplift him throughout his disastrous first term. Yeah, it's their fault. What an insult. Then, of course, exactly what you'd expect. No, actually, it's CNN's fault for not fact-checking Trump. How ridiculous. Once again, the Democrat expectation is that the media should do their jobs for them. You know whose job it was to fact-check Donald Trump during that debate? It was Joe Biden's job. Mark my words, the Biden family will not let them replace Joe Biden. In order for Joe to step down, his family would have to step in and say, listen, Joe, obviously it's not going well, obviously you're unwell, you probably shouldn't be doing this. But if they were going to tell him that, they would have told him that back in 2020. They would have already told him that during his first term. But now all of a sudden you expect them to have a kumbaya moment and to realize that what they're doing is wrong? Absolutely not. The Biden family is addicted to power. And it really seems like Jill Biden, Joe Biden's wife, it seems as though she's the most addicted to power. It seems Jill Biden is having too much fun, living the life of the First Lady, where the world stops on her behalf. Here's a real quote from Jill Biden in Vogue. If you want to know what real power feels like, try to get yourself driven around in a motorcade, flashing police chaperone lights from a perimeter as you blaze down an empty highway, waiting cars backed up on entry ramps as you pass. It's as if the world is holding its breath for you. She also went on to say that rules don't apply. On a cool spring day in suburban Minneapolis, we run red lights. They like it too much. They like the access. They like the power. I mean, for Pete's sakes, what do you think Jim Biden's up to these days? What do you think Hunter Biden's up to these days? Although, to be fair, Hunter Biden's probably keeping it on the low. But come on, the family history here is clear. The Bidens are going to keep telling you that Joe's fine, even though the reporting is that Joe can only function for a few hours a day. Quote, the two Bidens. Top White House aides tell Axios that Biden is only dependably engaged a few hours per day. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Biden is dependably engaged, and many of his public events in front of cameras are held within those hours. Outside of that time range, however, or while traveling abroad, Biden is more likely to have verbal miscues and become fatigued. Joe Biden can only operate for 6 hours a day. In other words, he's only functional 30% of the time, and Jill Biden's handlers obviously know this. Jill Biden especially. We've seen her facial reactions. I mean, just in the clip that I played earlier when Joe Biden's talking about that John Wayne quote, I mean, look at her face. And also remember the time Joe Biden took a prank call, caller said live on air, "Let's go Brandon." We all remember Jill's face.
Merry Christmas and let's go Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree. Hey, by the way, where are you in Oregon? Where's your home? I think we lost him.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
They're literally cringing as he's speaking. But of course they don't care because the power is too good. Mark my words, they're gonna keep this guy on. Even if Jill Biden has to do half the campaigning. The elder abuse continues. We've found out exactly who's in charge after all and who continues to perpetuate this obvious fraud on the American people. First name Jill, last name Biden. But unfortunately for Jill, it seems as though the jig is up, and most people at this point are seeing through the BS.
I'll be totally honest. You're a Democrat?
Oh, hell, well, I'm a Republican now. That's right.
But you were a Democrat.
Well, for 20 years. But how can I be a Democrat and see this and watch what's happening? Everybody can see he's incompetent, and everybody can see he should be out of office. So, period, end of discussion. Why he's still there? Power, the power of politics. That's why.
Is that guy actually running the country? Is he in charge?
And again, another silly question. The guy can't even freaking speak. How the f*** is he running our country?
I think that pretty much sums up how most people are feeling, and I think no amount of cackling from Jill Biden will change that. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.